Hi everyone, it's Gerald. How are you all doing today? Today is Tuesday, June 20th, 2017. And actually, I am surprised I'm even recording today. I just haven't really felt like making a video. I've been wanting to come home and stitch and just not worry about the hassle of putting everything together for a video. So we're going to make this quick, and the reason I'm actually making this video is because I have something to show you that I'm going to be gifting away this weekend. So not much has really been happening in my personal life. Tomorrow is the last day of school for my school. Yay! I know it's such a late time to be done with school, but tomorrow we are done. And we get a week and a half off, and then I start back up the day before 4th of July. So, because my students are so profoundly disabled and in need of continuing supports, we go all year long. We have extended school year for 6 weeks in the summer. So I have to work 6 weeks in the summer, and then I get off another week and a half, 2 weeks in the end of August, just in time for me to start my grad school. So I want to thank all of you for the wonderful support and encouragement, and congratulations on my last video when I announced that I will be going back to get my doctorate. It is an EDD, not a PhD, so there is a slight difference there. It's a doctorate of education, not a doctorate of philosophy. So I guess there's slightly different criteria to receive an EDD versus a PhD. One is more research-based, whereas one is mine EDD is more. You still have to do the research and the dissertation, but it's more work-focused versus just the research. So it's more to go towards improving your experiences for your career settings. So again, thank you all for the wonderful encouragement and congratulations. Let's go ahead and jump right into it so that I can show you everything. I have been doing a lot of stitching, and I actually have a lot of finishes. So let's go ahead and start with finishes. In the last video, I had said that some of my goals were to start and finish Earth, and actually, since you all know I've been restitching the planets, I have Earth and Mars done. So here's Earth, and here is, I want to make sure I have it to go in the right way, Mars. And let me tell you, Mars was extremely hard to get stitched. I don't know why. I maybe because I put them too close together back to back with stitching them, but because I had just come off of a really big finish, I think just stitching anything was going to be a struggle, and Mars really was, and I don't know why, because these are fairly easy for me to stitch. So the first 4 planets are done, and actually I was hoping before I made a video, and I think that's another reason why I was so hesitant to make a video right away, was because I was hoping to get these framed before I made a video, but that just didn't happen. So hopefully in the next video I will have that framed. So then I went ahead, one of my other plans were in the last video, and I never make plans, but for some reason in the last video I decided to make some plans, was that I wanted to stitch the mushrooms from Petal Pusher. I've been wanting to stitch them for a very long time, and I finally got the fabric in that I wanted to do it. And I was originally going to, because there's 2 of them. There's a yellow one and a gray one. And I was originally going to stitch them on separate pieces. And then when I was stitching, I kind of got the idea to put them together. And I also made one other major change, but here it is. So that is the yellow and gray morel mushroom by Petal Pusher. And if you haven't noticed already, the big change that I made was I stitched inside the mushroom 1/1. And I did that just to give it a little bit more of a depth to it. And so there's some texture variation and depth on the mushrooms. And I'm really happy I did that. So in the pattern, there's actually supposed to be 2 gray morels together. And I decided to just put the one of each of them, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I really like the colors, and I love the way it looks on this 32 count fabric that I had custom dyed by XJude Designs on Etsy. So there you go. Oh, and the planets I'm stitching this time are on 27 count even weave, Zweigart even weave, and I forget what the black even weave, and I forget what the 27 count name is called, but it's 27 count even weave I got from so and so in UK. And the big finish, and I'm sure you've all seen it, as if you follow me on Instagram, is I finished Rosewood Manor's Crowns of the Kingdom. Finally, so I started this, I don't even remember. Let me look back in my Instagram so I can have the details. I should have been prepared. I started this on December 19th and I finished on 6/5. So just under 6 months it took me to stitch. Of course, it wasn't straight through stitching. I was stitching other stuff as I went, but you know. So this is stitched on 36 count Neverland Sea by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. And here we have Crowns of the Kingdom, completed, not framed. I'm trying to see what you can see. I can't, so I can get it all in one. There we go. Crowns of the Kingdom. Completed. Plenty of mistakes. I know where one major one is. Other than that, I can't really remember. So I'm pretty happy with that. Very, very pleased with it. So hopefully in the next video, also, this one will be framed. I actually have to go out with my friend to pick out a frame because this one is a gift for him. So I want it to be a frame that he will be happy with and will fit into his home well, which I already know what his style is, but you know, let him pick it out. That way, if he doesn't like it, then it's his fault, not mine. Okay, so those are my finishes. Earth, Mars, Mushrooms, Crown of the Kingdom. Yep. Then I sent a piece away to Vana as my first piece I've ever had done, fully finished by her, and I got this one back just in time because this is going to be the one that I'm giving away this weekend as a gift. So, back in February, I stitched To Give Thanks. It was a freebie by The Primitive Hair. And I kind of did that on like the freebie February. So, and I decided that I was going to get it done as a flat fold. So I got this back, and this is fully finished by the Twisted Stitcher. The pattern is Give Thanks. And you're going to ask me what the fabric is, and I'm not going to be able to tell you. But I know I talked about it on I know it's by Chromatic Alchemy. And if you want to know the details, you can either ask me or look back in my other videos or on my Instagram, because I know it is all on there. So it's a very nice flat fold. We have some complementary leaves on the back, which I think matches the colors well, and as well as the design. Thanks to Vonna, because I know I am a pain in the butt when it comes to making decisions on this type of thing. And we went through plenty of fabrics and really I think we both fell in love with the large leaves for this pattern. So very, very pleased with this. I will definitely be sending more to Vonna as the need arises because she does such a wonderful job. And she is fast. I mean, fast. Now, of course, she kind of knew that I was on a time constraint for this one because I wanted to give it away as a gift. So that will be going to its new home this weekend. Actually, tomorrow after I get off work. So that is my fully finished object. And let's move into, I have one new start. Well, other than the ones that I already finished this month. So I have one new start, and I started the Thea Governor London on black. So that is what it will look like when it's done. And here's what I have done so far. It's just a small start. I worked on it for a couple days. And then I decided to put it away because I wasn't really feeling stitching on it whenever I started. I wanted to start it. But then once I started, I was kind of like, I don't know. So here are my thoughts so far, and I'm guessing it's because I just need to get used to everything, but I'm struggling with the pattern. And I'm struggling with the pattern because I was hoping it's a paper pattern. It's not a PDF. And with large patterns like this, I'm used to the PDFs because of my Heaven and Earth design pattern works, and I think I'm struggling with that. So I'm getting used to that. Of course I make working copies, and I color off with my colored pencils as I go. So I'm kind of getting used to that, but it's also such a small pattern, and so the one page of the pattern is 2 8.5 by 11s. So, and with this part of the piece, this was actually between two different pages. So it took me a while to get used to that, but I think I'm going to start going up now, and that will be just one page. So that will be a lot easier then. But as you can see, it's going to be a very big pattern or project when it is all said and done. Yeah, quite big. Of course, this I believe is the cornice. If I have my architecture pieces correct, this is the cornice of St. Paul's. So right there, right below my thumb. Like right, oh, there we go. Yeah, my thumb. Right below my middle finger. How's that? My middle finger. So, St. Paul's Cathedral, London, Thea Governor. Very happy with it. I know once I get into it and once I'm in the mood to work on it, this will be a project that I really, really enjoy stitching. So, let me just fold this up because since it is black, it catches all the dirt and dust real fast, and I don't feel like having to pick off or, lint roller this too much. Okay. And the last thing I worked on is Henry VIII, my Heaven and Earth design pattern, and here he is. So if you haven't been following me on Instagram, because I know y'all have seen this on Instagram, if you follow me there, I have completed his face. So his face and beard is 100% complete. And I finished, last night, I finished this row, the shirt on this row, and this is confetti hell. At least I call it confetti hell. Maybe y'all might think it's wonderful to stitch. I enjoy confetti, but this is a lot of confetti. There's probably 40, 50 colors just in this part of his wardrobe. So I will be much happier now. I'm going to be stitching. I still have another small row of this decorative design here, the jewels and everything on this side that I will have to do on this page. But most of this now is just black and a few bits of brown, and then the background up here, which is the purples and the dark blues. So I'm hoping, of course, I'm not setting a goal, but I am hoping before I start back to school on July 3rd that I have this row done. That is the goal I'm working on, trying to achieve. So I have up to here is one page to finish. I have another page and then a partial page, which is just like a column. Once I get this page done, I will be 1/3 of the way done through his pages. Of course, not all those pages are full pages, but you know, I'm just going by page. So there we are, Heaven and Earth Designs, Henry VIII. Okay. So I have received some stuff in the mail, some purchases, and I won Jan's giveaway at the Northern Stitcher. So I received her stuff quite a while ago. But again, it's been almost a month since I made a video, so I am going to show you what she got. And I am very pleased with everything she sent me. She was far too kind. Of course, as she said in her video, she provided chocolates. And chocolates. And of course, I ate them all very quickly. I was able to hold off on these ones for quite a while, but once I opened the box, they went pretty fast. And oh, I love these golden nuggets. Jan, feel free to bring me a container of golden nuggets whenever you come to the retreat in Minnesota. I will forever be in your debt. So, the chocolates were wonderful. Thank you, Jan. And then I got the bookstore by Little House Needleworks, right? No, I'm sorry, Country Cottage Needleworks. That tells you how much I know about these patterns. So Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the first one I have from this project, and I'm happy I got the bookstore. It's definitely one of the ones that I would be more interested in stitching. While this is not my ideal stitch, I think this would be a fun, neat little piece to work on to cleanse the palette of my large projects, and then maybe give it away as a gift. And of course, she sent all the DMCs required, and there's the snag nabbit that she sent. So that's my second snag nabbit I have. So I can put that with my Heaven and Earth design. So I have one in each box. And then she sent a Grimeguard, which is lovely. I love this Grimeguard. It's definitely my colors. It's gold and blue, and it says Alaska. Trying to get it so you can see Alaska, and then also she sent a needle minder with that, with extremely strong magnets. Very happy, very nice to get that. That will be a great one. It's very simple, which I like. It's more, you know, more. I hate to use the word, but it's more masculine because a lot of the needle minders out there are just too feminine for me. You know, if for a lack of a better word. So, needle minder, Grimeguard. Of course, I don't have a Q-snap for this size Grimeguard, so you know what that means down the road. Again, I don't stitch a lot of the smalls that much, but this would be nice to have for like when I do the planets or something like that. And the last, and I think my favorite thing that she sent was this, is it Raku medallion? There's the label, Raku medallions. And this says it's a handcrafted medallion fired in the outdoor kiln. And then it's left to smolder in a pit with wood shavings. And this is what she sent. And of course she made it into a needle minder. And I love that. Those are definitely my colors. I love earthy tones. Polar bear or bear. I'm assuming it's a polar bear because it's white, but you know. Maybe it's supposed to be meant for like a brown bear or a grizzly. I don't know. Love this though. So now that I've shown you, I can actually go ahead and put this on one of my projects and work with it. And then last but not least, I actually haven't had many purchases at all, but I did take advantage of so-and-so's buy one, get one, was it half off sale that they had a month or so ago? And I finally got them in the mail. And I took advantage of some patterns that some companies that I've never stitched with before. And so I got my first sew to stitch, and that one is the traditional decorative bob type items. I forget what they're called in Korean. And I did that because I got this because I lived in Korea for a year, so I saw these a lot of places, bought these as gifts for people, so I thought it would be kind of fun to stitch. And I like the different ways that the different color variations of the different pieces. So again, most of the sew to stitch pieces are a little bit too cutesy for me, actually way too cutesy for me, but while this is a little cartoony, it's a lot more traditional. It's a lot more, I don't know, lifelike than their other pieces. So I will look forward to stitching some of those at some point down the road. Oh, I don't know why I couldn't just read it. It's a traditional accessory called a norige, or I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong because it's been so long since I've been in Korea. But it's a norige. Then I got, which this is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it's Britain in Stitches, the British Isles. Love my maps. So that one will be fun to stitch at some point in time. And I know this series has a lot of like the smaller parts of England and the British Isles, but I just wanted to go big and buy the whole one. So that will be fun to stitch down the road in no planned time. I got from Stony Creek Collection, I actually got 3 books from Stony Creek Collection. I got Landmarks from Around the World. So we have Great Wall of China, Notre Dame, Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, the Sphinx, and I think there's also, yeah, I guess there's also the windmill, the Dutch windmill. So that will be fun to stitch. I love traveling and doing all that kind of stuff. And while this is not my type of thing to stitch, I know somebody will really appreciate it. I have some friends that would really appreciate something like this, and it was just something different. So I got Welcome Heart and Home. I do love the colors of that farm, and I grew up on a farm, so my farm was not this pretty that I grew up on, but you know. So, and it comes with different ways you can do the smaller pieces or the very large piece. Of course, you know I'll probably do the very large. And the bottom of the very large piece says, an open home, an open heart, here grows a bountiful harvest. So again, I'm not big into words, but maybe I'll put that on. And the last Stony Creek I got was Railroad Memories, because I love transportation. Love trains, so those will be a lot of fun to stitch. I'm sure you've all seen these because these are older patterns, but stuff I don't have. And the last pattern book I got was The Cross Stitcher's Guide to Britain, and it's London by Susan Ryder. So these are designs by Susan Ryder. There's Westminster Abbey, Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, Tower Bridge, and St. Paul's Cathedral. You know, ordering from a British website, why not get some British stuff? And so, yeah, so that is what I've purchased and received in the mail. And of course, I continue to receive Angela's Color and Cotton Floss Club, and it's very exciting to see that she is now going to be dyeing fabrics for a fabric club. Of course, I'm a lot too picky about fabrics, so I won't be participating in that, but I strongly suggest if you do enjoy getting a random unknown piece of fabric in your mail on a monthly basis, definitely go check her out. I think her prices are competitive, and she does wonderful she does a wonderful job with the threads, the flosses. So I'm sure she will do just as good with the fabrics. So on that note, I am going to say goodbye. I hope you all have a wonderful end of your month. I'm going to be after school, after the last day of school tomorrow. I'm getting in the car right from work, and I'm driving 5 hours to go home to visit my family. It is my birthday on Saturday, so I'm going to be celebrating up there and then coming back on Sunday to enjoy a little bit of a break before I start back to work on July 3rd. So, everyone enjoy your stitching. If you've lost your stitchy bug, I hope it comes. I know, Buckeye Stitcher. I know, Nicole, I said stitchy bug. Sorry. If you've lost your will to stitch, I hope it comes back to you soon. And I will catch y'all at another time and another place. And till then, follow me on Instagram. Follow me here on YouTube. Have a good one. Bye.